Welcome.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all you Nintendo gamers. It's your boy Sean, 3G's Gaming right here, and yours truly.
Got Brian, the MaganjaMario, the Dadmeister, the one and only. Keep it going. Pass it to the crown.
Yeah, what's up, my boys? So we got something special to bring to you guys today. We wanted to talk about the new and possible Switch leak.
The Switch Leak Pro? Switch Pro. The new Nintendo Switch, the Switch Pro. They don't even know what to call it. It could go either way.
Let's go based off of this tweet real quick, Brian. We want to read this to you. This is coming straight from Marcus Sellers. Marcus Sellers, is he a credible guy?
So Marcus Sellers is actually a pretty credible source in the industry. A lot of people who are inside in the know follow him. I personally follow his Twitter too. Okay. A lot of great stuff you can get from him. But the reason why we go with him is because he's very, very connected. A lot of stuff he's come out with, for example, has been Dark Souls Remastered. He dated it. Yeah. He also is the one that he'll drop little stuff. He definitely is Nintendo centered. And what I liked is a lot of YouTubers that I follow will quote him. So that kind of gives a little credits to him.
I like that.
Rich from Review Tech, The No. We also have Spawn Wave. So a lot of people give him credit.
So we'll have to give this out of like a 1 out of 10 at the end of this. Because this is my first time reading all this. You know, I stay on my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate feed and whatnot. But I need to
great
expand.
Feed, by the way.
Thank you so much, Brian. You're just saying things, huh? But oh shoot. Okay, so let's read this to our guest here, Marcus Sellers.
If you would, please.
It says Nintendo will be releasing an improved version of the Nintendo Switch early 2019. This console will have 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and dynamic scaling of up to 4K. Some third-party games will only release on this version. All Nintendo-produced games will release on both. Wow.
Just let that sink in.
A moment of silence, if you will. Honestly, Nintendo needs to go the route of just improving the visualization of their games if they want to be on par with Sony and Microsoft, in my opinion.
That's a good step in that direction, you're right.
This is the perfect direction for them, especially with the consoles, the next-gen consoles coming out. If PS5 is rumored to be true, then Nintendo needs to jump on this ASAP, in my opinion. And I think we're ready for 4K for Nintendo, and I think this is what Nintendo fans have wanted ever since before HD on the Wii.
You're right.
We never even had HD, right?
We were talking about this.
We were talking about it earlier.
Nintendo did not jump on the ship for HD, and they paid for it. And if 4K is kind of even half of HD like it was, I don't think they want to be left behind this time.
No, not at all.
And if I could see this releasing, honestly, if either the PS5 or the next Xbox comes out like November 2019,
right,
I could see this trying to combat it.
Oh, definitely.
Like that. This is their chess move.
This is a game, set, and match right here. That's what this is. So,
what's concerning about it for you?
What's concerning is
I can tell you something that already concerns me.
Well, for myself, it's Marcus Sellers, and I don't know how credible he is as much as you tell me and what other people are saying. We should always take leaks with grains of salt.
Much salt.
And I throw it all over the place sometimes with my leaks that I cover as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It just has one every day. But with these Nintendo leaks, this is a step above, and you're actually talking about the system behind it all. What does Nintendo want to do to get us to that next level? I'd like to think that they want to go that direction. I think it's needed, and I hope they're listening to us fans, because we're all fans of Nintendo. So for them to do this, if this is their move, it's very smart, and this is something everyone needs to talk about.
I'm concerned. I like all those good points, actually. You have a lot of great points.
Yeah.
I'm kind of concerned about leaving behind 20 million Switch owners. Like, if you bought Super Smash Bros. On November 2018, you're gonna be pretty pissed when you got that Switch you got last year is now.
Yeah, that just hit me right now until you said that.
Like,
I didn't even think about
like as a player
transitioning over. You're right.
You know, it's tough because like I'm not gonna have no issue doing it. I'm gonna buy the next Switch and I'm gonna keep my own Switch as like a little relic, and it's gonna be mine.
Yeah.
other people aren't going to be so happy to do that.
Right.
You know, so that's the concerning. And the reason why what concerns me more is that only Nintendo is promising that they're going to release versions of their games on the old Switch. They're not requiring third parties to make not Switch Pro versions.
And honestly, I think we should have all seen this coming. If you look at in the past, all the handhelds that Nintendo has had or have had get new revisions. We've seen it with the Game Boy. You got the Game Boy Advance. After the Game Boy Advance, you got the SP. The SP became the DS. The DS became the DS Lite. DS Lite, and then DSi. And then now we have the 3DS, right?
But you know what? People were, it's a good point you bring up, and a lot of people online brought this up already. But, like, the 3DS got the new Nintendo 3DS, right? But those were 4 years apart.
Right.
It wasn't a year right after.
No.
But the 3DS XL came the next year. So that's something to point out. Is this an XL or is this a new?
I would say
it seems like it's a new. It seems like you're putting new processing. And I mean, I think we got to point out, and I wanted to put this in the video too, is that the rumor is also, the tweet didn't go into it, but it kind of all goes together, is that the next Switch Pro would be based on the Pascal, codename Tegra 2 chips. So these are the Tegra X1 chips, the ones that power the Switch currently. It's actually about 2015, 2016 tech. Late 2015, 2016 tech.
So more modern than what we've seen in the past from Nintendo, but still
behind.
Outdated? Yeah.
It's still outdated. It is. So Nintendo had a chance when they were making the Switch to go with the new Pascal chips, but that would have meant delaying it even further. So I think they just wanted to go with the Tegra X1, which is fine because you can make really, really good graphics. And the whole point of making mobile chipsets was to have battery be like a factor. It wasn't about could you make powerful graphics chipsets. It's about is the battery.
How long is this thing gonna run for?
So the whole point of having Tegra. So the Pascal 2 is actually what powers the I'm trying to remember right now, Tesla cars. So Nintendo asked for
and then Model 3 Tesla, the cheapest one, you get what, 300 miles kilowatts, so driven. So what is Nintendo trying to do? Make this thing last for a few days before you need to charge it again? Or what's the idea?
I think the idea with the Pascal is to have better graphics and better battery life.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be a 24-hour running system. I expect you to charge it maybe within 16 hours, I would think. But or is that pushing it?
Imagine going from because our Switch right now goes from 2 to 4 hours.
Really?
I mean on Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you're right.
You know, not just hanging out.
Smash users that are gonna bring the game everywhere and want to play 1v1s against your buddy.
Hour goes by, there's a quarter of your battery. So
bringing your charges around, So
this could possibly move that to 6 hours.
6 to 8, I would say, right? That's more safe.
That's way more. That's more in line with their handhelds.
That's about with our phones.
And then another thing that's implied here. So would that mean that the docked versions that we have for Switch games, is that what we're going to get on handheld versions? And the docked version is going to be up-res 4K? Because that's the implication.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay. So we have HD as a port, and when you carry the game handheld, what is it? It drops
down to 720p.
It's only 720?
720p.
Oh, wow.
And if you notice, a lot of handheld versions are set at 720p.
Okay.
I think they could go higher if they want for a lot of these games, but there's no need to. The screen doesn't even let you see further than 720p.
Yeah, and there has to be a differentiation in there because what makes you want to play at home compared to taking it on the go. So definitely raise up the resolution there and just the visual aspects of it. So
you got it perfect. That's what a lot of developers do. They do a 1080p for a dock and a 720p for the handheld mode.
Which confirms Marcus Seller's theory of, what was the game? Dark Souls?
Dark Souls Remastered.
Remastered in 4K because that already plays on what, the PS4 and Xbox One?
At 4K.
So that would make sense.
It would kind of make sense him leaking that game too. I think it'll be interesting because now it will be docked version 4K and handheld you'd probably get a new screen on the Switch.
Okay.
And it'll jump up to 1080p.
Gotcha.
So now we're gonna get real handheld, real HD on the go.
Real HD on the go.
I mean, 720p still is HD, by the way, but it's not interlaced. It's not interlaced.
Okay. So realistically, we're looking at 4K, hopefully
at home,
and on the go we'll be getting
1080p,
and it's about time.
And hopefully at a better battery.
Because right now we get 1080p driving, or I'm sorry, as a port, right?
1080p at home at docked.
Okay.
And not all games.
No.
No, so only the games that can support it.
Okay.
Because I don't think the jump is too much higher when you dock it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Digital Foundry's done tests on it, but it's gonna be. I want to see how this Pascal chip works out. I'm so excited.
This is exciting, bro.
But it just kind of sucks if you're. Let's look at it from like, remember that concern I had?
Yeah.
If you're that person, if you just bought a Switch at $300 and then Nintendo, does it and drops you down to $200,
it's gonna hurt a little.
It's gonna hurt.
Honestly, people aren't made out of money. I'm not made out of money. I can't just go and up and buy it first day unless I can plan ahead, right?
Or there's gonna be
start saving up now. That's what I'm saying. Or you could sell your Switch and then flip it and go.
There's that crazy.
That.
There's gonna be like crazy trading value. Hey, $100 or to just upgrade.
Nintendo should offer something like that. Honestly, that'd be really smart. But no,
they're not good.
No brand has ever done that before, right?
iPhone doesn't give you anything.
iPhone doesn't even give you anything.
And they come out with new one every year.
You're best to sell it on your own. Maybe plan in advance to sell it before the system is launched, like 3 months ahead, if you know the date already. But
I don't even know when this thing's gonna drop. It's
honestly.
Would you buy one though? Honestly,
if I had the funds, if I know that games are gonna look so much crispier on the new Switch, I would definitely get it. And you guys know I'm gonna be playing my Smash 24/7 if I can.
I wonder what the other gimmick. Nintendo does something else. It's gonna be like 4K gaming, 1080 on the go, and something else. It's gonna be another. It's probably gonna be a real D-pad.
Yeah, but if we're gonna get anything, I don't think we'll get something until they come out with E3 next year.
Oh yeah, it won't be.
So if they are working on this thing and it's true, then I don't think we'll get this new system until end of next year. To be honest, that's just my opinion.
I agree with you, or at
right?
least, or it won't be talked about until E3.
Right. It'd be stupid of them to just say, "Hey, it's coming out next February."
Let's also say this too. This is a weird quote that I remember, but they asked. Actually, Nintendo, if there's going to be any iterations this year.
Okay.
And they said no, and there won't be any hardware iterations for 2018 this year. So points to 2019 being that. I think Nintendo knows something.
I think they know exactly.
I think they know that in 2019 the systems are going to. Alright, if Nintendo's going to release a Switch Pro, it implies that Sony and Microsoft are going to release something that year. That's all I'm saying. I think
just trying to, yeah.
I
think
E3.
That's a good point to make. I think if PS5 or whatever the next Xbox is, they're all going to release next E3.
And Nintendo's
just for
ready.
Nintendo to stay relevant and say, hey, we can fight the fight with them too. We're going to bring this 4K version out for you guys. So get ready. That's going to blow everyone away.
Because I don't, they all run in the same circles. You know what everyone else is kind of doing.
Exactly. It's all the same gimmicks, really. And the cool thing about Nintendo now is we're accepting that third-party help.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting those third-party games that you wouldn't normally see.
Sadly, after Iwata died, there was a real increase.
There you go. And
third-party games.
It is sad to say that Iwata kept true with just that first-party development and
that quality.
Quality for sure. And
so many experimental games under his wing.
I'd like to say that it is doing Nintendo good still, because all these fans that really wanted third party were getting it now for the Switch, and it's a lot of fun.
It is. I love it.
And I know you like downloading those games on the eShop right now.
Yeah.
You got to make some videos regarding that and give us your top 5, right?
You know what? Oh my gosh! You know what threw a wrench in that too? They just released a Nindies Direct. You hear about that? They did. There's a Nindies Direct that just dropped, and it's a whole bunch of indie games that I need to go into, and because he knows.
I was listening to Nintendo Life the other day, and he said it was going to get dropped in the UK or something at a certain time. So I did not know that it was official, because that was just leaked then.
Because of Gamescom.
Really?
So Gamescom is in overseas, and that's why they released it with Nintendo UK.
Okay. Well, that's exciting news, right?
We'll see something from it. I need to dig into that. There's a lot of stuff. There's a sequel to like a 20-year-old old Nintendo game.
No joke.
Like old school. Like you guys are. It's trippy. I think it's War. I don't.
Don't hurt yourself.
I don't want to hurt myself.
Anywho, boys and gals, go look at that Nindies Direct if you're really into that. And I really hope you guys have liked the content we brought you so far. I think we're gonna wrap this up now, Brian. I think if you guys have any comments, please let us know what you're feeling about this new Switch, and if it's true. Do you guys back Marcus Sellers? Are you with him or against him? What should we expect from Nintendo? Brian had a lot of good points to say, and I back this guy 100%. I want to try to have him on the channel more often, and please go follow MaganjaMario. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. This is 3G's Gaming.
3G Gaming. Make sure whatever, if my 11 subscribers, if you can, jump on 3G. Because this guy does stuff that's great. Like, if you want Smash Brothers content, I feel like this guy just waits for stuff to come. He hangs by his computer, bam, it's there. And you know what? That's the key to success. I love it.
I really try to stay current for all of you guys. And Brian, he was the man. And I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but we did our first review.
Yes.
And we went to E3. This man actually got in, but that's a story for another day. And I think we should share that sometime.
We should.
About our adventure.
Right before the next E3.
That'd be great.
That would be perfect.
We'll cover it then, so you guys have to wait until then. I'm sure it'll be fresh in our heads.
Tell us what you guys think about that Switch Pro. Would you be mad? Like, if you're a Switch owner, would you be mad that you have to?
Are you guys upset, or are you happy right now? 1 out of 10, give us that scaling ratio down in the comment section. So please, as always, we say peace and love. Deuces up. We hope to see you guys on the next one.
Deuces.